All right, here we go. The always controversial big body ball top 10 after week 13. I don't even know what we're doing anymore here. Every week, this thing changes dramatically. And this week was another week full of chaos, and top teams fell. And it seems to be that there's not any teams that are separating themselves from the top, maybe outside of Oregon and Ohio State. And we'll keep that there. So we'll start. Number one hasn't changed. It's been number one for quite some time now. We got the Oregon Ducks. They remain there at number one. They've clinched already a Big Ten title appearance. They're looking good. Ohio State absolutely smoked Indiana, and their only loss is by 1 point to Oregon. So those two teams, in my opinion, have looked the best the entire year. Ohio State shut up everyone who was talking about Indiana as being like a good team or a contender, and everyone who said Indiana's schedule was light. Well, that may be true. They may have gotten exposed a little bit, but you know what? I might talk about this later, but it might not matter. Number 3, we got Penn State. Another Big Ten team, but I think they've been looking good. I know that was a close win over Minnesota, but in a year where beating teams that you're supposed to beat has not come easy, Penn State's been doing that, and they just went on the road against a pretty decent Minnesota team. So give them credit there. They remain at number 3. Number 4, Notre Dame. I just don't really – this is just – I don't know what to do with them. This is like they're kind of like what Indiana was. We're like, oh man, their schedule has not been all that great, but they've been thumping teams, so we got to give them credit. They have this horrible loss to NIU, but it was really early in the season, and they have looked significantly better, albeit against weaker competition. But what are you supposed to do with them? Everyone else is losing. They're winning by a lot. So I got Notre Dame at number 4. Here we go. Here's going to get more controversial. SMU, I got it at number 5. I think they're the best team in the ACC right now. They have been taking care of business. Again, they're not losing. Kevin Jennings is electric on offense, and their defensive line just absolutely mauled Virginia. And they had 9 sacks on Virginia. 9 sacks. Insane. SMU is looking really, really good right now. I think they could win. They should win the ACC. Next, I got Miami. Miami's number 6, another ACC team. Again, they're just a team that they're fighting close in the fourth quarter and pulling away. That's been what's happening to them pretty much all year, and they continue to do that. And like I said, in a year where all of these teams are losing to one another, Miami keeps winning. So get Miami there at number 6. Georgia. They're doing the same thing that's similar to Miami, like playing with their food and then finally, pulling away. But like this game was close with UMass. Like, ugh, man. I know it was there's not really an excuse for that, to be honest. Georgia, you have significantly better players than UMass. But I got them at number 7. And then Texas right around there at number 8. Again, there's one of these teams that's similar to Indiana, has not faced a really, really tough schedule, and they have just been kind of playing with their food. I know they had a convincing win over Kentucky this weekend, but, watching the game, they didn't seem all that convincing. They didn't really, overpower Kentucky in a lot of ways. So they have that bad loss to Georgia and not really another great win to hang your hat on. But again, a lot of these games, they are pulling away by a lot of points. So got to give them credit here. Then Indiana, they got smoked by Ohio State this weekend. But you know what else? All the other good teams lost. So Indiana, even though they are not going to be in the Big Ten title game, they got just smoked by their hardest competition. I don't think it's going to matter. I think they might still be in the playoffs, and I think they're still a top 10 team. And then lastly, Tennessee. I'm so upset and disappointed in Tennessee because I think Tennessee has the capability to be in this top 3 and be in the conversations with Oregon, Ohio State, but their offense has not clicked yet. And if it does, they can be so dangerous. Like Nico is still just not missing, or he's missing guys, and the receivers are still kind of dropping balls a little bit here. I think they are in this top 3 conversation, but they haven't shown it yet. But still, I got them at number 10. Let me know what you guys think. Drop in your comments how it should be ranked. Follow Big Body Ball CFB on all socials.